Hey guys, it's Savage, welcome back to the channel, and today we're taking a look at Flying Iron Simulation's beautiful new piece of airport machinery. Yes, no, this. The BF109G-6. This gorgeously rendered model is available for 24 English pounds or 30 American dollars. Now, it comes with usual AAA quality artwork we expect from them. There's 10 liveries, all looking gorgeous and all very sanitized for the sake of proprietary. Now, I'm sure we'll see added liveries with correct markings, but that's a political discussion for another day. Now, we do have the very, very unique sound effects here with the WY soundscape, including the most realistic one captured yet, the Daimler-Benz DB605A. It's really interesting. Both internal and external sounds are very unique on this. Full authentic modelling like we expect from these guys, and they've been working for a year with 109 pilots and experts on the engine, so this thing has full realism, including full engine simulation and modelling, and I'm looking forward to seeing exactly that. As flow starts up there. Now we have electronic modelling in this, we have engine modelling, fuel modelling, everything is done to a great level of detail. Full integration of their tablet system, of course, which is wonderful to see. There's a manual available with the aircraft and to download separately. Now the 109 itself is a World War II fighter, we know that, along with the Focke-Wulf 90, the backbone of the Luftwaffe's fighter force. First flew in 1937 during the Spanish Civil War, its first operational service, that is. It first flew in May 1935. I believe 34,000 or so were built, and was flown by most of the aces in the Luftwaffe during that time. A wonderfully designed aircraft, actually, and if I look at some details here for you, we all know we love some specs and stats, as apparently I decided to be very special today and not find it. There we are. So the Golf 6 model has a length of 8.95 meters, 29 feet, wingspan of 9.9 meters or 32 feet, and it has a power plant which is the one Daimler-Benz 605A, a V12 inverted liquid-cooled piston engine producing 1475 PS, which is 1455 horsepower, with a 3-blade prop. Now this could be boosted by about 350 horsepower with water injection. Now, its performance speeds, we're talking about 4,000 feet. She can get up to about 317 knots, 345 at 6,000, at 8,336. Cruising was about 590 kilometers an hour, aka 320 knots, with a range of ballpark 475 to 618 nautical miles, depending on your fuel loadout. Combat range was typically in the 230 to 300 mile range. Surface ceiling, 39,000 feet. She's a bit of a monster. So, without further ado, let's go take a look around this stunner. And I slowed down my movement too much. So as always with Flying Iron models, gorgeously simulated. Love the detail on the modelling. Texturing is always gorgeous from them. I do like the fact we can use the default pilots. We'll have a look at the settings to see if that's got options. Now, if you buy this from the marketplace, you will not have the guns on the aircraft. If you buy it from their website, you will. So those will go away, as will the cannon. Beautifully detailed aircraft. I love all of the ones they've released so far. They've all been fantastic. Interior level of detail as well is really gorgeous. Now, this is a difficult aircraft. I will tell you that straight off the bat. This is a difficult aircraft. And they're very honest about that in the material. I love the attention to detail with the tyres, exactly like the real ones. With that ridged exterior finish. Let's hop on inside, shall we? And take a look around. So the cockpit is always gorgeously detailed. Tablet is here. We can click on it there, or we can click on this bolt here to pull it up. Where we've got all our checklists. All the details that we might want there. Glide approach, or airspeed was 220, cool. Takeoff, we're looking for 170 at liftoff. Wonderful. Descent and approach, yep, those are good. So descent and approach, sorry, gear. Oh, full clear plug fouling as needed, of course that's an option. Landing, 3-point touchdown, nice and easy. Keep straight with the rudder and brakes, and this thing will try and murder you often and frequently. Here's all our V-speeds we want to have. Live data from the aircraft, stats, loadout of fuel, so we can go short range, we can have medium range, we can have heavyweight. which gives us drop tanks. We'll go with short range for now. Autopilot, which the aircraft didn't have, but for in-sim comfort, you have this option. Workshop to repair things you break, and oh boy, you will break them. I'm turning stress off for this test because I'm going to murder the aircraft if I don't. Now we have the battery connection and pushbacks with external battery power. Now you don't turn the battery off in this aircraft. That's done externally by ground crew. So we've got the weapon options. This is what it would look like if you buy it from the marketplace. You'll still see the hole for the cannon and still see the holes for them, but there'll be no guns installed. Now you can have a radio and transponder available if you wish to use them for VATSIM, or if you want authenticity, you can do that. And turn them off. You can replace the German with English if you wish to, which is incredibly useful if you don't speak German. Now, I was going to start this out by welcoming you to the video in German. Willkommen auf dem Kanal. Ich bin Avengel. Entschuldigen Sie, ich verstehe nur ein bisschen Deutsch. Yeah, I don't speak a lot of German. I try, but there you go. We can hide the pilot. We can replace original with the Erler canopy, or we can leave it. We can replace the gun sight with the GPS, so you've got that option if you want to fly a modernized variant that's doing air shows. We'll leave the gun sight on for this. Control column and other things. Hide the spinning prop. We don't want to do that. Tablet preferences. We have stress systems. Lots of cool options. So let's get this thing started, shall we? Now your battery is down there. And we'll put in all our circuit breakers. Now, of course, the exterior lights for some reason popped. I've probably done something very wrong, but we'll go with that. Radiator should open. We'll give it some air. It's going to want that. We need to make sure our fuel valve is to both open. That's both. Okay. Make sure our mags are on. They are up there. I love how this moves as you're pulling the lever. Like, it's actually not a very... Well, obviously they're shock mounted, so it's interesting to see it actually moving properly. That's our windshield fuel valve closed. Don't know what that does. Did the windshield take fuel? I feel very out of place in this aircraft. Now, this is important. Tail wheel. This is loose. It lets you caster it for taxiing, and you'll want that. There's our oxygen stats down there. Tank drop as well. All the various... Look at the detailing in here. It's lovely. It really is nicely made. Okay, so gear indicator, very important to keep track of that one. That is fixed down. We're going to set our flaps to 1 knot, JK 20 degrees here. They're very slow electric flaps for our initial start and takeoff. So we're going to close the canopy first. Recommended to do before you do anything else. And we're going to start this thing up. So let's prime it first down here. And it will tell you on the tooltip if it's primed or underprimed. We are ready. So we'll spool this up for 20 seconds in the initial starter. So 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. We're going to make sure we have our throttle cracked. When we're looking for about, it will tell you on here the actual RPM. So you want to look for 16,000, 17,000 on the RPM for the starter to be about right. It will say it's ready. Open that, pull this. Darn it. It doesn't like me sometimes, and I'm actually okay with that, because it's a tricky aircraft to get to start right. Let's make sure the sim hasn't decided to choke on its fuel settings. That is all correct there. Those are all correct. That should be open, I think it is. Let's try it again. And this should be a simple matter of hold it for the prerequisite 20 seconds, which is about 16,000, 17,000 RPM. And we'll let it have a go here. What are we at? 9,000. Okay, we're looking good. There's a lot to this aircraft. Everything functions and works, and the detail and depth is actually a lot of fun. I love how they make their aircraft here. Boom, we got a start. Now you want to keep your RPM high enough to not foul the plugs. If you do foul the plugs, you can clear that with this. basically messes with the alignment of the sequencing to clear out any fouling. So we're going to turn our head on here. Now we've got our gun sight, which we can turn on and off. Sun shield and everything else. You can see it there. Against the sun. Right. Oh, and she wants to turn left super hard, by the way. Really wants to turn left. Really badly. Like, it's like Bernie Sanders if he was an aeroplane. It can't help but turn left. It's a joke for my American friends. For you Europeans, it's like Karl Marx if he was an aeroplane. You have to watch your ground handling with this aircraft because it will be spicy for you. Tight tail wheel. Flaps are set correctly. Let's do this thing. I'm going to do horrible mistakes. You want to give about 45 degrees over on your stick. Let it build speed. Keep a little bit of rudder in there to keep us straight. If it starts to go off the runway to left, just let it go with that. Nose is down. We're good. We're building speed. Full throttle. Look for 170, 190 to pull back. And we're up and away. Gears up. Pull the gear as soon as possible. She will overspeed them easily. Flaps coming up. And it sounds like a tractor, doesn't it? It sounds like an absolute tractor, but this is apparently what they sound like inside. Like you're inside the cab of a Massey Ferguson. Listen to the outside, though. Like an angry tractor. Yeah. So once you've realised you can actually relax your rudder pedals, there's the gun sight in full operation. I have to quickly reach to my headphone cable here in case I turn my headphones off during this flight. That would be awful. Battery-powered headphones, wireless, are wonderful, but dear God, can they be a bit... as it freezes on me? Bit of a pain. Oh, look, a chateau. Let's go visit. Hello, little chateau. Round we come. Flying in southern Germany right now. Well, actually it'd be a Schloss, wouldn't it? It's in Germany. If it's not a chateau, it'd be a Schloss. I think. Hello! I do love German architecture, it's gorgeous. Okay, we're going to set up for our landing approach here because flying this thing is an exercise in terror. I love it. It's very, very visceral. This is no Spitfire, even slightly. Roll rate's a lot slower than a Spit. And let's go for a loop, shall we? This is probably way too low for a loop, so we'll do a half loop over the top. There we go. Now this should give us enough altitude to go fully over the top. And we'll pull back up the stick. And we'll watch it go over. And bring her around. Ooh, hello. Oh, she bit me there. She didn't like that. Okay, pull the power back here. We've played with death enough at this one. We'll pull that power back and no plug fouling yet. We're good there. Very, very fun aircraft. It's very visceral. Like I said, compared to the Spitfire, it feels very kind of steampunky and clunky. But there's so much atmosphere to how they've created this module. It makes it very exciting, very fun aircraft to fly, because it feels like there's a lot to do going on, and keep an eye on your instruments, temperatures and things like that is very important. There's our field. Let's bring our speed back here. Make a long, straightened approach, because this does not like to be changing directions at low speeds very often. drop it down below 250 before we pop the gear out. Flaps are up. Okay. Let's give it 20 degrees flaps just to kind of add a little bit of drag here. There we go, that's good for the gear. Keep our eyes on them coming down. And we'll give it more flaps, looking for 40 degrees for landing. This is going to make it very draggy, by the way. And I am going to crab this landing because it is next to impossible to see over the nose when she gets low and slow. So I'm going to kind of curve the final in here. Keep the runway in sight the whole time. This is a bit of a difficult one, this glider strip here in southern Germany, because it has the power lines right at the tip of the runway. Alright, let's bring the nose to the left a little bit here. We'll fly out the side window slightly. We're used to that on this channel, aren't we? Yeah, this is my approach right now. Nothing wrong with this at all. Except I'm not paying attention, which is bad. Wing over a little bit to get some more visibility and reposition the nose. There's those pylons you can see in the window. We've got 2 green on the nose. Right. Let's drop the power in. Straighten the nose up. Use our standard references here. Gentle on the landing. This has not got very sturdy gear. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. A little bit of brakes. A little bit of power. Stop it from stalling the engine out. There we go. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Flaps coming up. Let's loosen that tail wheel. Oh yeah, the 109 experience. Pop the canopy, bring the flaps up, fighter all the way back to the dispersal. Differential braking's your friend with this aircraft. And leaning your head out if you can. Not the common aircraft to see amongst the gliders here, I suspect, but fun all the same. And that is the Flying Iron Simulations 109 Golf 6. This is really fun. What's a little chocks when you put the parking brake on, huh? Wonderful, isn't it? One last little thing to check inside. Let's pull that tablet back up again. Or you can just click on it down there. Let's get our battery connection is on. We don't want pushback, so we'll just quickly check. There is no battery connection I can see. It just must be virtual in that case. Love it. I can't really say many bad things about it. It's a very different... Okay, the bad thing I will say is not their fault. It is very hard. It is very hard to fly. But it's realistic. The 109s were a pig. Most people who fly them and have flown them will report they weren't exactly pleasant to take off and land. They were okay in the air. They were sluggish compared to Spitfires. And a bit of a swine. Which it is. Which honestly is points to Flying Iron Simulations for making it so evil and willing to murder you. Which it is. Good job. I feel like the aeroplane hates me. You did a great job of simulating that. Yeah. One of the most iconic German fighters, if not the most iconic German aircraft of the Second World War. At least in fighters. And they've done a darn good job. Just like the Spit. And the Hellcat. And the Lightning. Flying Iron seem to make good airplanes. News at 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.